In this short video we'll show the methods of magnetic particle testing inspection. There are a lot of methods of MT inspection. In this short video we'll show some of these methods which inspect by using dry visible continuous technique, permanent magnet, wet visible continuous technique, longitudinal magnetization technique. First of all, we'll show the inspection which is using dry visible continuous technique and permanent magnet. The equipment and tools are magnetic dry powder, AC yoke, flawed specimen as test sample, powder bulb and blower, aerosol solvent cleaner, safety gear. The procedure is: clean the surface by the cleaner to be examined, place the yoke on weld, apply the magnetic dry powder to the inspection area, gently remove excess particles. Observe inspection area during this process to witness indication formation. Evaluate indications to specification criteria prior to magnet reorientation. Turn the yoke 90 degrees from the original position and repeat steps 2 to 5. Clean and demagnetize if necessary. And you can do the same steps with permanent magnet as follow. These two methods show how defects formed by dry powder. It is formed by dry powder in visible line if it was crack or linear defect, but the crack defect is formed in deep line. In addition, the porosity defect is formed same as small points in weld position. You can measure all of the discontinuities by scale meter if that is necessary. The second show is about the inspection of welded plates by using wet visible continuous technique. The equipment and tools are aerosol wet visible magnetic particles, AC yoke, flawed specimen as test sample, aerosol solvent cleaner, safety gear. The procedure is: place yoke on weld and energize yoke, bathe inspection area with wet particles, maintain continuous magnetization throughout the inspection process. While yoke is still energized, gently wash away excess. Observe inspection area during this process to witness indication formation. Evaluate indications to specification criteria prior to yoke reorientation. Turn yoke 90 degrees and repeat steps 1 through 6. This method was found that discontinuities were scratch, undercut, and longitudinal crack. Some of the locations of discontinuities were in the center and over weld of weld sample. The indications were formed by using wet magnetic particles with the yoke without evolution. The third show is about the inspection of welded plates or pipes by using fluorescent continuous and longitudinal magnetization technique. The equipment and tools are aerosol wet fluorescent magnetic particles, UV black light, AC yoke, flawed specimen, aerosol solvent cleaner, safety gear. The procedure is: place yoke on weld and energize yoke, bathe inspection area with wet particles, maintain continuous magnetization throughout the inspection process. While yoke is still energized, gently wash away excess. Turn on the UV black light. Observe inspection area during this process to witness indication formation. Evaluate indications to specification criteria prior to yoke reorientation. Turn yoke 90 degrees and repeat steps 1 through 6. And you can do the inspection in the same conditions with portable magnetization coil PL8 or PL10. It is better with pipes as follows. Plug the powder cord of the coil into the appropriate outlet. Depress the foot switch. A magnetic pull will be felt by insertion of a ferrous metal object into the center of the coil. Inspection is accomplished by placing the part longitudinally parallel to the axis of the coil, within the coil nearer to the outer circumference. Activate the foot switch and apply the inspection medium while the coil is energized. This is referred to as the continuous method and will reveal defects at right angles to the coil axis. While using the wet method, allow the coil to remain energized for approximately 2 seconds after applying the wet medium. Remove the part for inspection. The longitudinal magnetization technique is more effectivity with pipes because of the coil around the material will be better than another types of shape of materials. The indications were formed by using aerosol cans 14HF with the coil without evolution. But in the fluorescent continuous technique, the indications were formed by using aerosol cans 7HF with the yoke. However, these two techniques have a different guide in the detection of defects while compare it with the other techniques in MT inspection. The defect is shining and you can measure all of the discontinuities by scale meter if that is necessary.